presentation. We're going to talk a little bit about the fundamentals of training, and this will be, at the end of this, we'll definitely be taking some questions. And then we're going to have a presentation by a Nike representative after this, so we're really looking forward to that. But the bottom line is we left off at this point, the anaerobic repeats. And I didn't go into a lot of detail because I'm saying these are traditional intervals, intervals that make you hurt, okay? So, yes?
Do you do these at your VO2 max?
Do you do these at your VO2 max? Here's easy running. And here, is there anybody who's a really good artist that for a pair of socks wants to come up and draw a face of you running all out, like as hard as you can?
Not mine, girl.
Lewis.
Go to Lewis.
No. Okay.
Purple fan.
See, because you're gonna be stuck with my drawing. Okay. So this is easy running. This is our continuum, and this is you racing almost at the end of a race when you're dying. You're running as hard as you can, and you barely have enough left. Here, somewhere in here, is VO2 max. Okay? Which one of the twins asked the question? What's your name?
David.
David. And what's your brother's name? Kevin. Okay. So David wanted to know, are these intervals at VO2 max? I would say that they start at VO2 max, but there's actually more running you can do past VO2 max. VO2 max is your maximum ability to utilize oxygen, okay? So that definitely feels uncomfortable, but you can run workouts past VO2 max. Most of the scientists say you can run at 110% of VO2 max, okay? So if VO2 max were the end, you couldn't run 110%. So the fastest running you can possibly do, and then here's easy running. Here's basically a threshold. Here's like the, here's aerobic running. Does your aerobic system shut off when you move past your threshold and start running anaerobic? No, they stay on. I think let's see, anaerobic. Sorry, you guys here. We better erase that. Let's try that over. Anaerobic. When you're running, you're basically using all three energy systems that we've talked about: the creatine phosphate system, the anaerobic system, and the aerobic system. But what I want you to understand is that when you're racing at the very end of the race, all three are working. It's just that the anaerobics, it feels like you're running more anaerobic because like on a run, I don't think any of the groups today were running anaerobically. How many people in Brendan's group that did the entire loop? Okay? Was the loop really that hard? No, it's just longer. So you guys ran like an hour and that was the loop. I think for everybody today, is this gradual uphill, maybe you're getting a little tired in the beginning, or on the way out, but then you flip around and you feel good. Unless, of course, you tripped on a rock and fell. Okay? So here's our fundamental. Yes, do you have a question? Okay. Yeah. Oh, good question. Do you have socks? You don't have socks? You do. Oh, he's going to...
I think it was like 4 pairs. Like 4.
The question was, do you use creatine phosphate in the last 200 meters when you're trying to kick? And, that system is always working, but that system is working even a little bit at a little higher rate at the beginning of the race when you first take off the line. So, you're not like, so people in a 1600, let's say, if you really have the ability to switch gears at the end of a 1600 and speed up, or the end of the state cross-country meet, you're running 5K and you have a really good last 200-meter kick, you're really not using more creatine phosphate in that time. Okay? All right, so our fundamentals of running. We've got continuous workouts, which were basically the aerobic workouts. Continuous meaning you're not stopping, and then discontinuous meaning you get a break. So like you repeat 400s, you repeat 1000s, some type of workout where you get a break. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about computers for a second. Okay, here's connection would you rather have. Do you guys know what this is? No, what's this? This is a phone jack. Okay? Have you guys heard of dial-up? I mean, it's a little bit before your time, right? But back when the computers first came out and the internet first came out, you'd have a dial-up connection. What type of cable is this? This is an Ethernet connection. Which one is faster, the black or the blue?
Blue.
Blue. Which would you rather have?
Blue.
Is it hard to watch YouTube if you have the black one?
Yes.
You know, if you go to your grandparents' house and they say, oh, we have internet here, but all they have is dial-up, right? They don't have some fast internet connection. You're gonna struggle to watch the Boulder Running Camps Facebook page, which has all these cool videos on it. We'll have to check some of those out later in the week. Yeah. So which connection would you rather have? You'd rather have the blue one, and I want you to make this analogy between these cables and the computer and your muscles and nerves. Think of your muscles as the computer and your nerves as the Ethernet cable. Is there anybody here who can do some cool thing, like either they know they can jump up to here, or they know they can do a backflip? Do we have any sort of really wired person? Obviously, you'll get a hat for this. There's some people looking around here pointing.
Yeah.
Emily can do a backflip?
She has to get a running start though.
I did a flip flop.
I can do a somersault.
You did a
I can do a one-handed handstand.
I can do a fireman.
Is this enough room to do it safely?
Well, I really do it.
You can run from here. I'll move this box. You can run and do it right here.
I'd love to do a round off before.
Okay, maybe we don't have enough room.
I can do it outside.
Okay, you can do it outside. During the presentations, we'll have you do it. Yes? Just right here. Okay, perfect. Hop on up. Sydney, here we go. Sydney's just going to show off for a second. Okay, and then we're going to talk about Sydney's muscles, but first just watch Sydney. Okay? No pressure. Okay. All right. Okay, here's a pair of socks. I gotta find them. Here we go. Awesome. Okay, so she just did a back handspring. She's probably has some fast twitch muscle fibers. There's 3 types of muscle fibers. There's slow twitch fibers, fast twitch fibers, and then intermediate fibers. So they have a little bit of what? Both. The intermediate fibers have both fast twitch and slow twitch. I'm going to say anybody who can, do a box jump where they can jump up to something this high, or do a back handspring, or do a flip. Any woman who can go out for 200 meters and run 25 seconds, or any guy who can go out for 200 meters and run 21 or 22 seconds. You guys obviously have a lot of fast twitch fibers. But here's the deal. My computer, I got this brand new computer before this week's camp. This computer, think of it as the muscles that you were born with, okay? You're born with either some fast twitch fibers or some slow twitch fibers, or a certain ratio of intermediate fibers. You can't really change that. I mean, I guess you can either thank your parents if you have a lot of fast twitch fibers, or you can be annoyed at them because they didn't give you enough talent, right? They didn't give you enough fast twitch fibers. But what you can change is how your nerves interact with those muscle fibers. So one of the things I want you to leave camp thinking about is that by doing strides, by doing some faster running, you can improve the nervous system. You can improve that neural connection between your nervous system and your muscles. So a great example of this is, and these are short things you'd be running. Running hundreds, fast. Or even running, let's say we give you 30 meters to run in, and then you hold your max speed for 40 meters, and then you run out of it probably, we'll say 80 meters. So it's a total of 150. So that's a 150 meter stride. You can say it's a stride, but it's really 30 meters accelerating, then going as fast as you can for 40 meters, and then letting your momentum take you for another 80 meters. Okay? And what we find a lot of high school students doing is not running their strides fast enough. Okay? So when you think of this analogy, which one can you change? You can't really change your computer. The computer is the one you're kind of born with. That's your muscles. But what you can change is your nervous system, your connection. Okay?